Hi, welcome to another video on my channel. For this video we'll be covering matrices addition, and I've done a previous video on the basics of matrices. So it basically introduces you to how matrices are applied and also how to determine the dimension of matrices. So if you have not seen that video, I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can get the basic understanding of what matrices actually are. Alright, so we're looking at matrices addition for this video. Moving along. So two matrices can only be added if they have the same dimensions. Alright, let me put on the if they have the same dimension. So let us do a little recap on dimension. Dimension of a matrix is also the size of the matrix, and that is the row times the amount of columns. We also covered rows and columns in the previous video, so please take a look at that. So they can only be added if the dimensions are the same, as in only a 2. If you have a 2 by 2, this can only be added to another 2 by 2 matrix. So the dimensions have to be the same. So 3 by 3, you can add that only to a 3 by 3. Right? You cannot add a 3 by 2 to a 2 by 1. So the dimensions have to be the same. So it has to be n times n plus n times n. I use n to represent any number of columns and rows. Alright, so if we're looking at this example that we have at the top there, we're going to check the rows and columns for these two matrices. If you notice, we have 2 rows, right? We have 2 rows. Let's check the columns now from top to bottom. 2 columns as well. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix, a 2 by 2 matrix. 2 by 2. It is added to this. Let us check the rows and columns for this one now. So 1, 2. This also has 2 rows. Times, let's check the columns. 1, 2, 2 columns. So most definitely these matrices have the same dimension, so they can definitely be added. So I just want to get that out of the way. Right, when adding matrices, you basically add corresponding elements, right? So in this case, the 4 would correspond with this 1, and the 3 would correspond with this 5. I cannot use color code to differentiate, right? The 8 connect to the 0, and the 7 to the 2, right? So we add corresponding elements. So in this case, 3 plus 1, have the 3 plus 1 right here. 8 plus 0, have that. 3 plus 5 right here. 7 plus 2 right there. So this new matrix would be 5, 8 plus 0, 8, 3 plus 5, 8, and 7 plus 2, 9. So that's basically what we do whenever we're adding matrices. So we add corresponding elements. Let's look at this. Could we add these two matrices right here? Let us look at the dimensions. Remember that to add them, the dimensions have to be the same. Let us check the number of rows for this one first. 1, 2, 3. So 3 rows are in this one. So row 1, row 2, and row 3. Let us check the columns now and see how many columns we actually have. 1, 2. We have 2 columns, so that's column 1, column 2. So this is a 3 by 2 matrix. 3 by 2 matrix. Let us check this one over here. So now, how many columns and rows do we have? Alright, let us check the rows. 1, 2 rows. Let us check the columns now. 1, 2, 3 columns. Alright, so this is a 2, use a different color. This is a 2 by 3 matrix. So these cannot be added. Alright, we cannot add those because the dimensions are different. Let us move on to some examples now. Question: given that A equal 2, 0, 1, minus 5, B equal negative 1, 6, negative 4, 3, and C equal 9, minus 5, 8, and 11. We're going to find these. A plus B, C plus A, B plus C. Let us start out with A plus C. So A plus C would be equal to, we have A first, so you go back for matrix A and put it right here. So A is 2, 0, 1, minus 5. So that's A, that's how we set it out. Plus B, what is matrix B? Matrix B is negative 1, 6, negative 4, 3. Remember, we're adding corresponding elements. Alright, so let me use a little color code thing now to differentiate. So 2 would correspond to negative 1, 0 corresponds with 6, 1 corresponds with negative 4, and negative 5 corresponds with 3. So we're adding corresponding elements here. So this would be equal to 2 plus negative 1. Remember, we're adding 0 plus 6, 1 plus negative 4, negative 5 plus 3. Alright, negative 5 plus 3 for that last one. So this should now be equal to, so 2 plus negative 1 would be 2 minus 1, so that is 1. 0 plus 6 is 6. 1 plus minus 4 is 1 minus 4, so that's minus 3. And negative 5 plus 3 is a negative 2. Right, so that's basically it. A plus B is equal to 1, 6, negative 3, negative 2. Alright, moving on to C plus A. This would be equal to, let us go back and see what C was. C, 9 minus 5, 11. Sorry, 9 minus 5, 8, 11. So 9 minus 5, 8, 11 plus A, 2, 0, 1 minus 5. 2, 0, 1 minus 5. Remember, we're adding corresponding elements. So this would be 9 plus 2 minus 5 plus 0, 8 plus 1, and 11 plus minus 5. Let's put the minus 5 in a bracket. We're going to break that down. This will be equal to 9 plus 2, 11, minus 5 plus 0, minus 5, 8 plus 1, 9, and 11 plus minus 5 is basically 11 minus 5, because the addition being next to the subtraction sign will change them to subtraction. So that would give us 6. So this is C plus A. And if we move on to B plus C now. What was B? B was negative 1, 6, negative 4, and 3. So negative 1, 6, negative 4, 3. And our C is 9 minus 5, 8, 11. Remember, we're adding corresponding elements. So this will give us minus 1 plus 9, 6 plus minus 5, put the minus 5 in a bracket, minus 4 plus 8, and 3 plus 11. Adding corresponding elements. So be equal to minus 1 plus 9 gives us a positive 8. 6 plus minus 5 is basically 6 minus 5, which is 1. Minus 4 plus 8 gives us a positive 4. And 3 plus 11 gives us 14. Alright, so if you notice, we basically just add corresponding elements in the matrix. Alright, so thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for upcoming videos. For the next video, I'll be looking at how to subtract matrices. So thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe to the channel and share the link to the video, and also comment and like. Thank you.